In this video, we'll explain how to easily become more charismatic, even if you currently feel invisible when you walk into a room. I'll be honest with you, I wish someone had shown me this years ago. It would have saved me countless awkward moments, missed opportunities, and the frustration of wondering why some guys effortlessly draw attention while I felt overlooked. Because here's the truth, charisma isn't magic. It's not something you're born with or doomed to live without. It's a set of skills, signals you can learn, practice, and apply today that instantly change the way people respond to you. Let's start with the obvious question, why does charisma even matter? Because without it, life feels like you're pushing a boulder uphill. You can work hard, be smart, even look good, but if you don't have charisma, people overlook you. Your ideas don't land, your effort doesn't get noticed, and in dating, you keep ending up as the nice guy instead of the one she's actually drawn to. But with charisma, the exact opposite happens. People lean in when you speak. They remember you after you leave. They feel drawn to you, even if they can't quite explain why. Opportunities find you instead of you chasing them. Think about it. Two people walk into the same party. One blends into the background, polite, maybe even friendly, but forgettable. The other has something different. He doesn't need to be the loudest guy in the room, but the way he carries himself makes people pay attention. Women smile, conversations flow, people want to be around him. That's the magnetic pull of charisma. That kind of presence isn't reserved for a chosen few. It's not genetics or luck, it's a learnable skill. And the sooner you build it, the sooner every part of your life starts to shift. From how people treat you at work to how women respond to you in a conversation. When people talk about charisma, they often imagine it's about being outgoing, cracking jokes, or having the right one-liners. But that's not what really makes someone magnetic. What actually matters are two forces you give off in every interaction: connection and authority. Connection is what makes people feel at ease with you. It's the vibe that says, "You're safe here, I get you." It's the reason someone laughs a little easier around you, or why a woman feels she can trust you with something personal. Without connection, people might notice you, but they won't feel pulled toward you. Authority is the opposite side of the coin. It's the sense of stability and strength you project. It's in the way you stand, the way you speak, and the way you handle yourself. Authority signals that you're someone worth listening to, someone who can be relied on. Without it, you may come across as nice, but not someone to take seriously. You quickly become the too nice guy, and we all know how this story ends. So both forces, authority, and connection need to be intact to become truly charismatic. The mistake most men make is leaning too far in one direction. Some only focus on connection. They're friendly, approachable, fun to talk to, but women see them as just a buddy. Others only lean on authority. They look confident, maybe even intimidating, but people keep their distance because there's no warmth behind it. Charisma lives in the middle. It's the balance point where you make people feel comfortable and inspired at the same time. That's the sweet spot that turns you from forgettable into magnetic. You can think of charisma like a ladder with 4 levels. Where you stand depends on how much connection and authority you project. At the very bottom is no charisma. That's when both connection and authority are missing. You come across as distant, maybe even insecure, not because you actually are, but because you're not showing any cues that people can read. You might be smart, kind, and capable, but if others can't see it, they won't feel it. One step up is authority without connection. This is where a lot of ambitious guys land. You know your stuff, you speak with confidence, people respect your skills, but because there's no warmth, you also feel unapproachable. People admire you, but they don't necessarily like being around you. Then there's the opposite, connection without authority. You're likable, easy to talk to, maybe even the life of the party, but when it comes to being taken seriously, at work, in leadership, even in dating, people hesitate. They enjoy your company, but they don't fully trust you to deliver. At the top of the ladder is where real charisma lives, connection combined with authority. This is the point at which people both respect and trust you. They enjoy listening to you speak, but also feel welcome to contribute themselves. This combination is what makes people remember you long after you've left the room. Where do you stand right now? Before you can level up your charisma, you need to know your starting point. Think of it like a map. You can't get to the top if you don't know where you're standing right now. So ask yourself honestly, do people usually feel comfortable opening up to you? Do they laugh, relax, and trust you? Or do they keep a little distance? That's your connection check. Then ask yourself, do people take you seriously? Do they follow your lead? Or are you the one always following others? That's your authority check. Most guys can answer these pretty quickly if they're being real with themselves. Maybe you're the approachable one who can make anyone smile, but when it's time to pitch an idea or lead a group, you freeze. Or maybe you're the expert, sharp, prepared, reliable, but people don't invite you out because they find you stiff or intimidating. Knowing this isn't about labeling yourself as good or bad, it's about awareness, because once you see which side you're lacking, you can start fixing it. There's a simple exercise I like to call the mirror feedback. After any interaction, don't just rely on how you felt. People are constantly giving you feedback through their body language. Learn to notice it. If someone leans in, laughs, or shares more than you expected, you're projecting connection. If they pause when you speak, nod, or actually change their behavior based on your words, you're projecting authority. Train yourself to watch for real reactions in the moment. Did people feel drawn closer to you? Did they take what you said seriously? Those tiny cues are the mirror that tells you exactly where you stand. I know it sounds intimidating to have a good conversation while observing the other person, but trust me, you will get scary good at it if you do it often, and it will become easier, even automatic, over time. And once you've built that awareness, the next step is to get intentional about the signals you're sending out. Because you don't just communicate with words. Long before you open your mouth, people have already unconsciously read your body language, your facial expressions, even the way you walk into a room. Whether you mean to or not, you're always broadcasting who you are. The question is, are you sending the signals that create connection and authority, or the ones that quietly sabotage you? If you walk into a room with your shoulders rounded and your eyes down, people will instantly file you under low authority. If you talk with a stiff jaw and no expression, you will come across as cold. If you force a smile that never reaches your eyes, people will pick up on the fakeness in a split second. We like to think we can hide insecurity, but the truth is, your body leaks it, and people trust what your body says far more than the words you use. That's why the first step to building charisma is self-awareness. Notice how you sit, notice how you hold your hands, notice the tone of your voice when you introduce yourself. This awareness might feel uncomfortable at first, but it's the only way to shift from sending the wrong signals to sending the ones that make people pay attention. Cues that build connection. Connection is built in the small things. A genuine smile, for example, the kind that makes your eyes shine, nodding lightly when someone speaks, holding eye contact just a second longer than you normally would. These signals show the other person that they matter and are appreciated. Even something as simple as turning your body slightly towards someone when they speak is a powerful cue. It communicates, I'm open to you, I see you. Do this consistently and people feel comfortable around you without knowing why. Cues that build authority. Authority, on the other hand, comes from how you carry yourself and how you use your voice. Stand tall with your feet grounded and your chest open. Keep your gestures purposeful instead of fidgeting. When you speak, don't rush to fill every silence. Pauses actually make you sound more confident. And whatever you do, don't break your presence by diving into your phone the second things go quiet. Nothing weakens authority faster. Even your tone matters. A voice that rises at the end of every sentence sounds uncertain, like you're asking for permission. A voice that's calm, steady, and decisive makes people lean in and listen. Charisma isn't about adding fake tricks. It's about stripping away the signals that sabotage you and replacing them with ones that naturally create trust and respect. Connection opens the door. Authority convinces people to walk through it and stay. By now, you've seen that charisma isn't some mysterious talent you're born with. It's a skill, one you can sharpen every single day, and the more you practice, the more natural it becomes. At first, it feels like work. You'll catch yourself slouching, notice your voice rising, realize you're forcing a smile. That's normal. Over time, these small adjustments stop being techniques and start becoming who you are. That's when charisma feels effortless, because it's no longer an act, it's simply the way you move through the world. And here's the most important part. Charisma isn't about pretending to be someone else. It's about unlocking what's already there. It's about showing the best parts of yourself in a way that people can actually feel. When you do that, conversations change, opportunities open up, and people, especially women, don't just notice you, they're drawn to you. So take this as your roadmap. Build awareness, master your signals, balance connection and authority. The sooner you start, the faster you'll feel the shift. And if you want to take it further, everything we've talked about today ties back to one foundation: confidence. Because without real self-belief, it's impossible to project true authority or connection. That's why we put together a free confidence guide. It includes 16 tips on how to rebuild your self-image and carry yourself with the kind of presence that makes charisma stick. The link is right below. Don't wait until life forces you to learn this the hard way. Start now, practice daily, and you will soon see a change in how people respond to you. From now on, remember that charisma isn't magic, it's a choice you can make every day.